By most accounts, December's International Climate Conference in Paris was an unexpected and landmark success. Virtually every nation on the Earth now understands what's at stake, and all have reached common understanding about what needs to be done to slow the advance of unmitigated planetary warming. Overwhelming scientific evidence that dangerous levels of planetary warming and human-induced climate change are real. Hardcore resistance to well-established science remains a challenge. Particularly disconcerting is the fact that the ranks of the climate deniers include too many influential political and policy leaders. That is not to say that every question about the impact of climate change is scientifically settled. Climate change affect the intensity or frequency of coastal storms? And what is the relationship between climate change and weather patterns? The global temperature record represents an average over the entire surface of the planet. The temperatures we experience locally and in short periods can fluctuate significantly due to predictable cyclical events and hard-to-predict wind and precipitation patterns. But the global temperature mainly depends on how much energy the planet receives from the sun and how much it radiates back into space, quantities that change very little. Generally, warming is greater over land than in release heat. The amount of energy radiated by the Earth depends significantly on the chemical composition of the atmosphere, particularly the amount of heat-trapping greenhouse gases. At a 1 degree global change is significant because it takes a vast amount of heat to warm all the oceans, atmosphere, and land by that much. In the past, a 1 to 2 degree drop was all it took to plunge the Earth into the Little Ice Age. A 5 degree drop was enough to bury a large part of North America under a towering mass of ice 20,000 years ago. The average human brain weighs about 3 pounds, representing about 2% of our body weight. The human heart pumps blood to the entire body, but actually pumps about 20% of its total blood output to the brain. The human brain includes 100 billion neurons, or brain cells, and is an ever-changing organ. A number of factors can cause brain cells to die or regenerate. For example, if someone has significant untreated depression, he can lose brain cells. The remarkable news is that when depression is successfully treated, those cells grow back and the brain returns to the size it's supposed to be. The front part of the brain is called the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is important for things like focus and concentration, self-control, and planning and executing multi-step activities. If someone has ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, there seems to be something awry about the frontal lobes that make it difficult to focus and